today's tutorial is going to be a very basic women's wallet tutorial. So if you don't know what these look like, this is what they look like. This is one layout that I have done before with 2 billfolds. I've also done a layout like this. Again with 2 billfolds and 8 card pockets and an ID. The one I'm going to be showing you guys how to do today is this layout. It's got 6 card pockets, an ID, and 2 billfolds. The bottom of the billfolds will be clear tape so that there is no sticky. There will be no fold over lines. The trim will be clear taped on the card pockets, and the sticky in the card pockets will be clear taped as well, as behind the ID will be clear taped as well. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the supplies you're going to be needing. You will be needing a cutting mat. I am going to be using my Fiskars Duct Edition scissors, but this is totally optional. You're going to want to use a ruler, a craft knife, some ID plastic. I use top loaders and I purchased these from Walmart. Some clear tape. I use Scotch Packaging Tape Ultra Clear. And your choice of colors and or patterns for your wallets. I'm going to be using Love Tie-Dye, Purple, and Hot Pink. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to be using purple for the inside of the billfold, which will be this. I chose white, so I'm going to be using purple for this. I'm going to start by cutting 5 strips of this tape that are 8 inches long. Now that I have my 5 strips of 8-inch duct tape cut, we're going to overlap these so that they will be the height of 6.5 inches. Now that I have my strips of tape overlapped so that they are 6.5 inches tall, I did only end up using 4 strips of tape, but this 5th strip we can use for something else, but I would recommend only cutting 4 so that way you don't have an extra 8-inch strip. Now we're going to peel this up and flip it over so that it is sticky side up. Now I'm going to take my printed duct tape and I'm going to lay it on top of my sheet of tape here, and I want to make sure that you have a 1/2 inch sticky on all sides. And then I'm just going to repeat that until I have my entire sheet of tape covered. Now then, this is what it looks like, and now I'm going to peel this up. Now then, when I flip it over, this side doesn't have quite a 1/2 inch because I did line up my tape, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be exactly a 1/2 inch. And now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut squares or rectangles. It just depends on the length on the side. In this case, it is a rectangle for this corner. And I'm just going to cut these out of all 4 sides. Now this is what my sheet of tape looks like. And now I'm going to get my ruler out and I'm going to trim each side down to be 3/8 inch. This is what it looked like once it was done. Now we're going to go ahead and set this aside. And now I'm going to take my hot pink, which will be the other color for the inside of the wallet. And I'm just going to cut 4 strips of this that are 8 inches long. Now that I have 4 strips that are 8 inches long cut, take 2 strips and I'm going to overlap them so that they are 3 inches tall. Now I'm going to take both of them and I'm going to flip them over so that they are both sticky side up. Now that I have it sticky side up, I'm going to take my pattern tape and I'm going to lay 2 strips on top of this. And I want to make sure I have 3/8 inch sticky on the top and bottom. Now this is what it looks like. I know I don't have a 3/8 inch sticky on this part, but that doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to cut the left and right side off. And now I'm going to fold over both of the sticky pieces. So now it looks like this. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other sheet. Now then I have both of my sheets, and now we're going to go ahead and set these aside, and we're going to start working on the credit card pockets. My credit card pockets are going to be purple with hot pink trim, so I'm going to cut 6 strips of this tape that are 3 3/4 inches long. I'm going to be making 6 card pockets, but you can make as many as you'd like. Now then I have 6 strips of my purple tape that are 3 3/4 inches long. So now I'm going to take them and I'm going to flip them over so that they are sticky side up. I would recommend doing this one at a time. And I'm going to take my clear tape and I'm going to lay it over the back of the card pockets, and then I'm going to cut off the excess. Now that this is what my card pocket looks like, and I'm going to repeat this to the other 5 of my pieces of tape. Now that I have 6 card pockets, and now we're going to put the trim on our card pockets. I'm going to take my trim color, which is hot pink, and I'm going to cut 2 strips of this that are 3 3/4 inches long. Now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to cut both of these strips of tape in half. I'm going to cut both of those half pieces of tape in half again. So then you will get 4 skinny strips of tape like this out of both pieces. Now taking each card pocket, I'm going to place the trim on 1/4 inch and then I'm going to fold over the excess. Then I have my trim on my ID as well as all my card pockets. And now so that our trims don't get gunky, we're going to clear tape them. So we're going to take our clear tape, we're going to cut 4 strips of this that are 3 3/4 inches long. Then taking our ruler, we're going to cut all of these strips of clear tape in half. Now taking one of the strips of clear tape in the card pocket, we're just going to place it on our trim. And I'm just going to take my finger and press out any air bubbles, but you can also use a credit card or a gift card. Then flipping it over, we're just going to fold over the excess. And now I'm going to do that to the other 5 card pockets and my ID plastic. Now then, all of my trims are clear taped. I did have an extra piece of clear tape, but I set that aside for later. Now taking our pattern tape, we're going to cut 2 strips of this that are 3 3/4 inches long. Now taking our ruler, we're going to cut both of these strips of tape in half. And then we're going to cut each of those half strips of tape in half again. So then we will have 4 skinny strips out of both pieces of tape. So I'm going to cut 3 strips of clear tape that are 3 3/4 inches long, and then I'm going to cut them in half. Now taking each card pocket and my ID plastic, I'm going to take each strip of this tape and I'm going to place it at the bottom, leaving a little bit of sticky at the bottom so that I can attach it to the 2 panels that we made earlier. This is what each card pocket should look like. Now taking one of the panels, we're just going to take all 6 card pockets and place them on the panel nice and straight. Once I place one on, I'm going to flip it over backwards and take a piece of clear tape and place it at the bottom of the card pockets and just stick that down so that there will be no sticky in the card pockets. Then I'm just going to repeat this 5 more times. Now this is what my panel looked like once I had all 6 card pockets on it. And now I'm going to take my other panel and I'm going to place my ID in the middle. Then I just cut another strip of clear tape that was 3 3/4 inches and placed it over this seam here. Now I'm going to cut a strip of my tie tape that is 3 1/4 inches, and then I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to place one of the half strips on the left side and one on the right side so that it seals the ID down. This is what the second panel looks like once it was done. Now to seal these card pockets down in the middle, I'm going to cut another strip of tape that is 3 1/4, and then I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to take one of the half pieces and place it down the middle. Now then, this is what I have. I have a panel that has 6 card pockets, I have a panel that has an ID, and then I have my big sheet of duct tape. Taking my panel with the ID, I'm just going to place it at the bottom here, and then I'm going to fold over the excess tape. Then flipping that over, as you can see, there is some sticky, so I'm going to cut a piece of clear tape that is 8 inches, and then I'm going to cut it in half. So now I'm just going to take that piece of clear tape and place it at the bottom. Now flipping it around, I'm going to take my other panel, and I'm going to place it at the bottom as well, and then fold over the excess tape. So I'm just going to take my clear tape and place it at the bottom. So now it looks like this, and now I'm going to fold over the tape on the edges. Now to complete it, we have to take our X-Acto knife and we're just going to cut slits where the card pockets are, as well as the billfold. So that way you can actually put cards and money and whatever else you want to put in here. Now your wallet is finished and it's ready to use. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe if you aren't already for more videos like these. And yeah, I also do hauls and craft updates and more tutorials like rainbow loom and perler beads. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys!